Hi. Okay, so Paige was just saying that she liked book 3, but that she felt like book 1 was still her favorite.
Mm,
And for me, so I gave book 1 4 stars. I gave book 2 4 stars. And this book, I I have to give it 5 stars. I have to
Yay!
because at this point I'm just so attached to everyone.
Mm,
Like I really, really care what they have going on and yeah. Oh,
yeah,
hopefully some more people are gonna join us on here.
I'm sure they will. Um, yeah, I for me, like, I just I don't give a shit about pregnancies.
Oh, that was definitely different to have a pregnant main character.
Like,
That was
I
different.
appreciate it, and I can fully like understand and respect the where it's going and what it was doing, so it needed to have that.
Right, 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 right.
But I'm also just like, this is a large section of the book that I don't really care about.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I still gave it 5 stars because it was exceptionally well done. That was just
Yeah,
like, I enjoyed the base of book one more than anything else.
after she had to be like away from the babies. We were
Mm,
talking about the pregnancy and then
yeah.
she had the babies and then she was like there was a note, it said in the book that she was still nursing the babies. And I was like then she was away from them and there was nothing about like being uncomfortable or like her milk letting down or like anything. So like that like realistic part was not
Was not.
in there at all. Not
That's
in there at
funny.
all. There's Bailey. Hi, Bailey. Sorry, I have to
Hi.
click the comment. So yeah, just let us know, you guys, when you get on here, what you rated book 3, what you
I did
thought,
give
your
it
overall
five.
thoughts. Yeah, yeah, I did too. I gave it 5 stars. I'm just so attached. I still would really, really, really like to know what's going to happen with Gallo Glass because
Mm.
like, he is probably I mean, he might be my favorite. He might be my favorite character of all of them. And, like, he confessed his love to Diana. Obviously, Diana is committed to Matthew, and they're like they made mention of, like, "Oh, you deserve to be happy too," and blah, 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 and I just kept thinking for sure they were gonna set him up with somebody, and then when we met Janet, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Janet. It's gonna be Janet," because Diana even, like, made a comment about how Janet did something, and it reminded her of Gallowglass, or I don't know, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then that didn't happen. So, I'm hoping in book 4, we're gonna see Gallowglass's love story. I know book 4 is about Marcus and Phoebe, right?
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes.
Jane. Yeah.
Definitely.
Everybody's being so quiet.
Ah,
Jean, I know you just finished today. What did you think? We were all just like down to the wire. Yeah, exactly. Jean finished an hour and a half ago. And
I finished 9 hours ago.
I was going to say it was this morning for me, but last night for you that you finished.
Yeah, it was
And
like
then
1:30, and it's now 10 o'clock.
then I finished 2 hours ago. And I wouldn't have finished if my daughter hadn't have said last night, "Hey mom, don't you want to see if you can work from home tomorrow?" So I did.
That's the way
No.
to do it.
Yeah. Um anyway, and Amy is not going to be on live tonight because she was not able to finish and that happens sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And she could have been on, except we didn't want to spoil her.
Yes. And like she was saying that she is absolutely loving it,
Mhm.
but trying to do the last final bit was like making her slump because having that pressure to read it. And I don't think she would enjoy it as much.
Right.
So
Yeah,
she can just,
yeah. Rushing having to feeling like you have to rush through it is not necessarily fun. It can be motivating, but it's not
yeah,
it's not necessarily fun. Jean said, "I am still stewing about a rating. I'm torn between a 3 and a 4.2."
that's
Okay.
quite a difference.
I know there were some things that, like, and I just know from the Discord chat that impressed me that did not impress Jean, and then vice versa. So we had some differing opinions. Jean was not
Apologies, I
impressed.
didn't get to comment. I was just like, I just gotta get through this. I don't have time to think.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. I know. I managed to I think I managed to comment after every 3 chapters,
Mm.
which that may have been the first time I had done that successfully, so yeah, not perfect by any means, but yeah, the Jean had said that she was not at all impressed by Gallo Glass's profession of love.
Ah,
Thank God the used bookstore had a copy. Yeah, the UK cover is beautiful. Yeah, it's cool. It has like this red, like smoky, ribbony, wispy something on the front. Um,
that's my cover. Well,
is it
the covers that I can get here.
okay? It was painful on my hands to read. I bet to read a physical copy. I can't believe my e-copy corrupted. Yeah, it was weird. She
That's
got
insane.
she got like so far, and then all of a sudden, I don't remember what it was doing. It was glitching or something. But yeah, she had to just. I think that happened during Amy Bowman's sprints the other night.
Yeah.
I crapped out on her. Not cool.
Mm.
Not cool.
So, do you have a favorite moment that you remember?
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Do you?
Yes. What's yours?
So, my favorite moment was when Diana finally got all 3 pages of the Book of Life and was able to reunite those pages with the book, and then we get the whole, like, history, like, it all comes to her in, like, snippets, and, like, I was
Yeah.
actually able to picture this, like, so well in my mind, but when she became the book,
Mm.
that was that was, like, hands down my favorite part of the whole thing. I was
Yeah.
just like, "Yes." All the yes. What was your favorite part? What was everybody else's favorite part?
Mine was when she let go of that last string of fear.
Oh, yes. That was
And
so
was
good
just
too.
like,
That was so good too.
let's do this. I
I
was like,
know.
yes, go.
Yeah, because she is so powerful and, like,
Mm. But she just never let her. And when she's spellbound at the end, I was like, oh!
oh, Satu?
Mm.
When she spellbound Satu? Is that what
I
you're
was
talking
like,
about?
oh,
Yeah.
you did it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah. But that's,
Mm,
like, that was so relatable because
mm,
how often are we, like, the only thing, like, holding ourselves back?
100%.
So relatable. Jean said it was glitching. Yes, it was glitching at
Yeah,
Amy's sprints, and I didn't think I was going to finish either. I almost napped. I think that is why I'm stuck on the rating because it was putting you to sleep.
understandable.
Uh, yes,
Yes.
Jean liked the part where she spellbound Satu as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I found it very interesting that Satu wound up being a weaver.
Mm.
that
Yeah.
was notable.
Mm.
Yeah, and she
I'm
felt like she
curious
had
to
to hide it.
see how they all shape up, like in other things, like the next books,
Mhm.
what we're going to follow and if we're going to go back in time or if we're going to stay in the present,
Yeah. From what I
who we're going to
from what I
follow.
read on the synopsis, because like, I think we can read that now since we're at this point. I will pull it up. Actually, I might have it on this other window, but, I earlier I called it Times Convent instead of Times
I
Convert. Whoops.
I did the same thing.
Times Convent. Uh, yeah.
It's witches.
It says, from the blah 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 on the on the battlefields of the American Revolution, Matthew de Clermont meets Marcus McNeill, a young surgeon from Massachusetts, during a moment of political awakening when it seems that the world is on the brink of a brighter future. When Matthew offers him a chance at immortality and a new life free from the restraints of his puritanical upbringing, Marcus seizes the opportunity to become a vampire. But his transformation is not an easy one, and the ancient traditions and responsibilities of the de Clermont family clash with Marcus's deeply held beliefs in liberty, equality, and brotherhood. Fast forward to contemporary Paris, where Phoebe Taylor, the young employee at Sotheby's, whom Marcus has fallen for, is about to embark on her own journey to immortality. Though the modernized version of the process at first seems uncomplicated, the couple discovers that the challenges facing a human who wishes to be a vampire are no less formidable than they were in the 18th century. The shadows that Marcus believed he'd escaped centuries ago may return to haunt them both forever. A passionate love story and a fascinating exploration of the power of tradition and the possibilities not just for change, but for revolution. Times Convert channels the supernatural world building and slow burning romance that made the All Souls trilogy instant bestsellers to illuminate a new and vital moment in history and a love affair that will bridge centuries. So I think maybe we get a little bit of both. Like we get
I like it.
past and present again. So that's fun.
I'm keen for that.
Yeah. I loved all the dirt they were finding out about Gerbert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it oh, it wasn't Gerbert, it was Knox that Diana had the final, like, showdown with, right?
Yeah. It
That
was.
was really enjoyable too. That was really yeah, I felt a lot of, like, tension during that
Mm.
part of the book because it would go
Yeah.
back like, she's, like, saying the spell, and then he's, like, talking over her and, like, saying trying to, like, put doubt in her, or distract her or whatever, and yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. The whole scene where Knox was so cocky and she and Janet killed him was just, yeah. I don't know if Janet was actually there. Not that it matters, but, um, I mean, I know Janet was with them. I just don't think Janet was like in the kind of like force field or like whatever that Diana had put around them. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And she was just
that,
like, "Whoop, nope, no one's following. I'm about to kill a bitch."
yeah, yes, yeah.
Love it.
But he was so cocky. He
Oh,
really didn't think he was just dumb.
yeah.
Yay,
And I think like,
Magda!
hi
Hey, girl, hey.
Magda. I think it was interesting that like she fell into the trope of having like one of the villains just do a monologue of his intentions. Like,
Oh,
so I find
I didn't
that
really even pay attention to that, but yes, you're
because
right.
he was just walking along being like, la 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 la, I'm the most fabulous thing. Here is all my backstory, so everything gets explained. I was like, really? That's how you're going to choose to do this battle? And I think one thing, like,
Was that with John Knox or was that with Benjamin?
that was with Knox.
Okay.
But Benjamin also sort of did it, but he did it earlier when he was terrorizing Matthew.
Okay.
I found that she killed Benjamin way too easy.
Mm,
But at the same time, she had embraced the power, so then it was like,
yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
I
know.
think I think that the part where they were having to be very careful, like with Matthew's health, because
Mm,
Benjamin had whatever like stabbed through his neck, and like if somebody took the pressure off of that, then he would just bleed out, and that part seemed like an extra thing to overcome. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, her power was they just underestimated her like the whole time.
yeah,
I didn't even like I mean, I see what you're saying where it could have been taken like it was just too easy, but to me they just underestimated her. Like she always just had that in her just to like kick their asses, and she just
she did.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I just don't think she believed it for a long time. So,
Mm.
yeah. I couldn't believe Knox said I should have been the one to split you apart. Oh, oh,
That
because
hurt.
he did that to her parent, or yeah,
He-
he did that to her parents. Yeah, when they thought they still had to like open witches up to like look for the book of life, I guess is what the whole point of that was. Or
mm,
did you pick up on that?
yeah. Oh
Uh,
no! Why?
Bailey,
Many spoilers!
what are you
Oh
doing?
dear!
What are you doing, Bailey?
You.
Maybe
Oh,
maybe you'll
I feel
forget.
bad.
Uh,
We were just like, boom, straight in with the spoilers.
um, I'm sorry. uh,
Oh dear.
hopefully Bailey doesn't just disown us. Um,
Hopefully not.
I thought it would have some more drama if someone else in the inner circle was also the spy and not Bear. I agree with this. I kept thinking it was like I was suspecting everybody. I was suspecting Fernando at one point. I was suspecting who else was I suspecting? Oh, the shotgun guy in the lab, the
Mm,
vampire that was nicknamed like Shotgun, which
yeah.
now that I'm bringing him up, I also was kind of like, why I know this was just the 3rd book. I know there's another one, but I was kinda like, "Why did we get introduced to all those lab characters and, like, kind of get, like, a feel for them and, like, attach to them," and then it was just nothing. There was no follow-up with them, so I'm hoping that
I
there
think
will
that's
be.
just Harkness's way of writing.
Okay.
Is she just goes in so you know who these people are. They're not meant to be two-dimensional. They are fully fleshed out characters, even if nothing happens with them long term.
Okay.
I think like that, or she's playing it well so that you suspect it.
Yeah.
Like you're like, why do these characters matter?
Why did she even mention them if they're
Yeah.
yeah.
So then,
So,
um, I thought it would have been great, and you're gonna hate me for saying this, but I thought that it was going to be Gallo Glass that was the spy.
oh my gosh, I would have died. I would have
I know you would
died.
have actually killed over.
I would have just chucked that book and been like, "I am done."
But like you can see my
Ah,
reasoning for why I knew that it couldn't be him because he had pledged his allegiance to Philippe. Like that was not physically possible because of the way that he is structured. But I was like, love makes us do some funky things.
That's
Like,
very true. That is very, very true. Well, that's good. I was curious who you thought it might have been. Benjamin's death seemed so quick. I expected a monologue there and it to be very drawn out. So yeah,
yeah.
she's kind of agreeing with you, Paige.
But we did have a little bit of a monologue for Benjamin earlier in the piece, so he could just die, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean when he was torturing Matthew, like before he actually bit into him to get his secrets,
Mm,
he drew that part out, I thought.
mm. I'm curious to see how they show that in the TV show because like I haven't watched
Yeah,
any of it, and I
I haven't
like I
either.
probably won't. But
I want to now. I do want to. But I also know, like, the, people that they've chosen to play Diana and Matthew, and, like, I don't know that that's exactly how I have been picturing them in my head, but
I've sort of had a mashup.
do what?
I've had like a mushing of because they were on my library cover.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I've got
Yeah,
their images, but then I've sort of like tweaked them to make them fit more for what I was
more
thinking.
for, like, even the description in the book, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Tess and took names, yes. Diana is a bad, bad
Yes.
like, she's bad to the bone. This is so full of spoilers. It is so full of spoilers. Oh, oh,
Oh, okay.
oh.
Okay.
We
Okay.
don't have to
I feel
be
better.
worried. Yeah. I was not it took it has taken this series a while to grow on me. Like
Mm,
3 books to grow on me. And but I saw enough potential in those first books that I didn't want to quit. I was like,
yeah.
okay, no, I kind of want to know what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She knew what she was getting into.
Good. Okay, good.
uh, Jean was suspecting Jack or Andrew. That makes sense, though. I mean,
Andrew, yes, I never suspected Jack because he was dealing
no,
so
I
much
don't
with
feel
his
like I
own stuff.
suspected Jack either.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
yeah.
like
Go ahead.
I don't know though, because like you could do the argument that in his blood rage he didn't really know what he was doing, so he could have done anything considering he was so quick to turn, but
Hmm.
then he wouldn't be able to logically think that through because he is in the blood rage.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. But yeah, Andrew crossed my mind. Jack didn't.
yeah. Andrew, his
I
accent
hate.
on the audiobook was not what I
Oh,
thought it was going to
so
be.
bad.
I was
Yeah.
like, I, it just didn't seem to fit. Like I was anyway. Yeah,
You
and
should try
then
listening to it on 3 times speed as well. It's an interesting.
I was doing like 1.3 and I was good. But yeah, and then Jack's scene where he did all of those paintings, like he was in like one of his rages and he was just was it at Marcus's house he was painting all over? Yeah,
I
that
think
was
so. Yeah.
interesting. I love that
Um,
he turned out to be such a good artist.
it broke me when he like confessed and purged,
Oh,
like, and he was just
that
crying. That was
was
so confronting.
rough. Yeah. Yeah, and then when they talked about, like, the force of it, like, tearing
Mm.
something inside of him, I was like, "No,
And
this
then,
is
this is
not
too much detail for someone that has a
this
phobia
is
of
not
vomit.
good."
Thank you.
Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, Diana yeah, mhm, okay.
Mm.
I wanted to have more of the lab people because so many so many notes, they were insignificant. Uh, uh, I don't know. That it just kind of, like, to me, contributed to sometimes I have thought that Deborah Harkness in writing these books has almost just it's been information overload. So I was like,
Yeah.
in some ways, she was making all of the information that she was giving us make sense. And then other
Mm.
ways, there were kind of like, with the people in the lab. But I still say she could bring those guys back in the next book, especially since it's focusing around Marcus and Phoebe.
I don't think it's
It
gonna
was
have
more Chris and
too
Miriam
much.
though that was in the lab.
Yeah. Oh, I love the dynamic.
Aren't they
That filled
great?
me with joy.
Yes. Yeah. Their chemistry was really good. Who else did I really enjoy? I don't know. Yeah, definitely Chris and Miriam. Like when Chris and Matthew were like butting heads originally, I was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys." I
Just
don't.
kidding.
Oh my gosh! I have more of the lab people. I also thought it was Glass because he kept disappearing.
Yeah.
I took so many there about the lab people and
Oh.
started to get yes, yeah, all their nicknames, Mulder and Scully and Xbox and Game Boy and yeah.
I found that
Mm.
interesting. I'm like, really? That's
I mean, that
like,
was
I
an
understand.
investment. She invested in those characters.
Yeah. And it's
She did.
like, okay, you're putting this in because you're developing Chris's backstory of being like an eccentric genius that has no social skills whatsoever. So he nicknames people, which can be seen either as a sign of complete intelligence or complete and utter rudeness.
Right.
But jolly good. We're not gonna go anywhere. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just really I don't know. That part just felt like a little bit unfinished. I think
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. We shall see. I mean, they all had a hand in figuring out what was what and figuring out like the big reveal at the end, which was basically that all of the creatures like they're not separate species. They're
Nope.
all human and then they have these like extra
Genomes.
DNA. Yeah. Yeah. That was
That was cool.
fascinating. Chris and Miriam were so cute together. I don't know what you were trying to say, Magda.
It was
It was
M.
M. It was M. Loved when Matthew made the comment, he doesn't glimmer like
Yes.
yeah, when he
Yes.
was giving them a rundown of some of the
The I
stereotypes, I
can walk out
guess.
in the sun and
Yeah.
not burn. When I
Garlic
don't need to
doesn't
sleep.
bother me.
When I sleep, I prefer to
Yeah.
do it in a bed rather than a coffin.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
don't glitter.
Yeah. I was
You're going to be waiting a while. I've just looked up the tweet again. She's working on book 5. Book 6 should be The Serpent Mirror about Matthew's 16th century life before 1590. And book 7 will probably focus on Gallowglass.
oh my gosh.
So you've got 2 more books that have to be written before
Hmm.
Gallowglasses even gets started.
Oh, she better make it worth my weight, man.
I'm sure she will.
Not like I don't have a million other series to continue between now and
No,
then.
no, no.
So what'd you think about the sweet babies and their little dispositions? I know you said you didn't care for the pregnancy.
Yeah, I just don't give a shit about kids at the moment. I'm
Oh,
like, cool.
you know what I did really like? I did really like how they did the dual christening and
Mm,
like
that was nice.
had Diana's traditions and like Matthew's traditions and yeah.
An
And I
homage
thought,
to M.
do what? Oh,
The homage to M with the
yeah.
rituals as well. I was like,
Mhm.
oh.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
I thought
yeah.
it was pretty cool too how like how quick the other I mean not the congregation obviously, but
Mm,
the other creatures like were in support of them. I
yes.
like yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, Deborah did. Yeah.
Yay.
Was it yeah. Is it Deborah that had the cancer or was it the actress that was playing Diana that had the
No,
cancer?
it's Deborah.
Okay. Yes, I loved the series of names. Yeah, they were cute.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
They were cute. I wondered how she was gonna do it if one of them came out a vampire. Like, how you gonna
And I'm
feed that
like,
little? How you
Yeah,
gonna
how are
feed that
you
little
gonna do
baby?
this one?
Mhm.
And
Interesting.
was it they had 6 godparents per child?
It was just excessive. Yeah.
I was like, this is great.
Yeah. Gene
I didn't
said
cry at all.
oh, yeah. You didn't. I don't think I did. I think the only part I, like, really felt some emotion with was when she became the book, which was why it was my favorite part because
Yeah.
it made me feel something, but yeah. Well, and then obviously I had some emotion when Gallowglass was saying that he
Having
loved
his heart
Diana.
broken.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, I knew Jean was like expecting the ghost because didn't the ghost they made an appearance at the beginning, so it was
Yeah.
like Emily. It was Emily and Philippe and oh
Bridget.
Rebecca, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Uh
was it
yeah,
Rebecca?
she was there sort like just chilling. And Bridget as well also made an
Oh, okay.
appearance.
Yeah,
But
and Jean kept like waiting for them to come back around, and it wound
yeah.
up just being Philippe, which that that scene between him and Diana was pretty sweet too. Yeah,
It was so sweet. I knew you
yeah.
could do it if anyone could save them. Ah!
Well, and did you pick up on how like whatever it was like used to be his burden? Like
Yeah,
what was he referencing?
like I think he was trying to consolidate everyone and get them all on the same
Okay.
page.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
but
quite possibly.
also
And
in
I
reference to the goddess's hunt.
yeah. Yeah, he almost made it out like he was on terms with the
I'd
goddess.
say that he was,
Yeah,
but I
that
don't
was
know when we're going to
interesting to
explore
me.
that.
Yeah, that was interesting to me. I can't remember what else I was gonna say. Jean said, "I loved the fact that they called back to Diana being with Philippe at the end, and he wasn't alone."
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
so lovely.
they had a special relationship
Yeah.
for sure. And everybody was a big fan of
Yes.
Isabeau. I don't know. But yeah, she's very popular.
I love her. She is just if I could have a nana figure in my life like her, I would be a happy person.
Yeah.
Like when she just calls up the director and is like, "Yo, bitch, give me the details of this person that you sold a priceless artifact to."
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'll see you at lunch. Excellent. Bye. Like boss power move.
Yeah. She just like doesn't hear the word no. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't apply to her. Like
No,
it's amazing.
nothing's impossible in the Claremont family.
Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What so this was such a long book. This was the book that I mean, they're all long, but this was the book that we met Cora in, right? Or did we meet Cora last book?
Last book,
Yeah.
the Fire Drake.
Yeah. The Fire
Last book.
Drake. Oh, and Cora talks.
I know.
That was
And
new.
she just wants to be free.
Yeah, and there's gonna
It's
be
like, oh,
more of her kind, and she's going to
she's the
forgotten
first
lands
rather
and
than the last. And oh,
yeah.
I was so happy.
Gosh.
But like, I was like, oh, it's just like my powers will always be with you. And
Yeah.
then,
I was
ah,
just so impressed when she started talking. I was just so
well, because they
impressed.
had talked in the second book, but it was just because they had like Diana had to let Cora name herself.
Mm, mhm, mhm.
So it was just like, oh, this is really a lot more in depth than just having like a fire drake.
Yeah. Which I guess
Uh,
is also a wyvern, was what I picked up on. It's like one and the same. I don't know.
mm, Similar but slightly different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jean says that Isabeau, the actress, is definitely older than the character in the book. That's interesting.
Let's have a look.
I
Oh
loved
my god, that
I
is
loved
not how I pictured her at
I'm
all.
afraid to look. I don't even know if I wanna look. I love Isabeau's character. I loved how they did her, like, narration. I love how they did her voice. I don't even
Yeah.
usually like all the voices and everything like that. They did so good. Um, so it's Discovery, which
She's described as
is
having honey-colored hair, perfect features, and looks slightly younger than her son. And they've got a woman that is, I'm not going to insult her by saying the age of how old I think she is, but they've got an actress that's,
oh my gosh. No,
no, that's not
no.
how I pictured her
Because
at all.
no, I picture her very young and
Yeah.
very beautiful. And because when they were, where were they? They were in, wherever Hamish was having his, like, impromptu, like,
She's
office or whatever.
71, the
Like,
actress.
all the men in, like, the little restaurant or cafe or whatever were, like, turning to look at her, and, like, she was, like, saying something about my daughter-in-law, and Diana was having to, like, explain, like, why her mother-in-law looked
They're
so young, and it
married.
was like,
Yeah.
yeah, "Oh, my father married someone half his age," and blah, 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 and I don't know, but no, I pictured her as being very young.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I want Isabeau to have her own book. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
little, like, well, she's not, I was gonna say like Fairest, but Isabeau's not a bad, she's not like a villain. Anyway, yeah, she could totally have her own book, especially
Definitely.
given like how much we learned about her and like
Oh my
her being
god.
like
Ow, my
Philippe's
soul.
consort and like being held captive before and like just there's a lot to her.
There is so much.
Cora gets a kid's book. Just kidding.
That's funny.
I watched the first season of the show. I liked it. I liked that it had multiple points of view. The first book was just a little too much Diana.
Mm. I can understand. And I think that, like, my main critique was the first book that was, like, the hypocrisy of Diane, since she was so much like, I don't believe in magic. Magic's not real, even though I've grown up in a house full of witches.
It
And
was very
then
annoying to me that she would not use her powers at first. Like,
embrace it.
and
Yeah.
that she was so in denial and everything.
Mm.
Um, like now looking back, I get it because she was spellbound and like her powers were not even working the way that they were supposed to work, you know, because of
Yeah.
that. But so I'm sure that was frustrating. But yeah, it was still just annoying to me that she was so in denial about her
Yeah.
where she came from.
It's like, it's fine. Just be the amazing person that you are.
Hmm, I don't know what else. What else happened that we are forgetting to talk about?
There was so much.
I know my brain is like, "Blah."
let's have a let's have a quick little look at the Discord. Do, do, do.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Um, yeah, Benjamin Spy. Oh, the reason that I like Discovery of Witches more is because of the academic setting.
Okay.
Because that is just something that nestles in my heart. And because it wasn't prevalent in book 2 and book 3, like it was because they would still go to libraries and they had vast collections of books and things like that. But it's a different vibe from being a scholar to researching in a private library.
Yeah.
And so that's where I was like, this isn't as nestly in my heart. It's still lovely being surrounded by books, but that was where
Mhm.
my main stuff was.
For that matter, there were things that I liked for that reason about the second book. Like, um, what was the other lady scientist that Diana got to hang out with?
yeah.
What was that lady's name?
Oh, Fudge.
Was she a Mary?
Yeah.
Anyway, I really enjoyed those parts of the Book of Night, or not the Book of Night, Shadow. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm. Yes. Shadow of Night.
Thank you.
Um, where is it?
What were you looking up?
Her name.
Oh. Hmm.
Uh, no.
Wrong book.
Alchemist. Mary Sydney.
Mary Sydney. Yeah, I did enjoy those parts.
Mm. I liked those sections, but it just didn't have that sort of the same.
Oh.
And I also didn't like the characters as much in the second book. So I was happy to be back
Oh,
with.
yeah. All of the School of Night guys, or whoever
Yeah.
they were, I I didn't care for them, and like
Yeah.
Marlowe and all them. No.
I
But
love being back with Marcus and the Knights of Lazarus and us.
yeah, and he was being all like progressive and
Mm,
made some some women
made
seem like,
everyone. Women,
yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Chris is a
Chris
knight
too. That
now.
was awesome.
Okay.
Mhm.
That was Yeah, I
Don't
was
get me
about to
started.
mention Baldwin.
Okay, so that's a good talking point, because when we first met Baldwin, I was like, I think I like this guy. Like, I I think I think there's I don't know. It was like I wanted to see the good in him, you know?
Mm,
And then real quickly in this book, he was just awful. And I was like, "Oh, I read him so wrong." So for him to get redeemed by the end of this book, and I know he was not perfect,
no,
but he did
no
wind up
one
doing the
is.
right thing in the end, and I was very happy about that. I was very
Mm.
happy when him and Diana were like on brother and sister terms,
Yeah,
you
that was
know.
cute.
I liked that
I
a
wanted to
lot.
punch him in the face most of the book.
Yeah. He would it felt like he was just being another
Antagonist.
hurdle. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like poking the Papa Bear because he knows that he's gonna rile Matthew the fuck up. I was like, why? Why? Just be a decent vampire. I went to say human then, which in technicality would have not
Right.
not been incorrect.
Right.
Um, I just hurt myself with that statement.
Baldwin didn't seem consistent and a well-rounded character.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think it
I
needs his own
I
book.
don't think he does either. I don't think any of us would read it,
No.
honestly.
Skip.
Uh, Jean said, with some of the historical figure and Deborah made up stuff about them, it annoyed me at times. Oh, like deviating from like actual history, I guess.
It's it'd be hard to follow script.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just I think because probably I'm a more progressive individual and their views were very antiquated because they were from a time period where you had antiquated views
Mhm.
and you were a misogynistic piece of shit. But I'm not gonna like that.
Right.
So I just found that they were like, meh. Whereas the group in the future aligns more with my views. And so I could
Right.
actually relate to them and enjoy them as characters because I wasn't going to stop being a twat the entire time.
I know I'm just thinking of characters like from the second book, and just how the second book kind of impacted this book. And like
Mm.
I know there was one point when Diana physically went back to where their
Yeah.
house was in that
Yeah, that was
century,
so cool.
and she met that descendant of
Mm.
one of the of what Marjorie Cooper. It was the
Yeah.
descendant of Marjorie Cooper. What was that lady's name? Something Crosby. Um.
Linda?
Anyway, was it Linda?
Was it?
Um.
No, that was a different one. Anyway,
There were so many characters. There are so
there
many
are
characters in
many
these books.
characters,
It's
yeah.
crazy. You do have to have like the little glossary at the back to tell you who everybody is, but
And binge
um
reading it is not conducive to remembering
right,
that.
exactly. Um but yeah, Amy was saying in the Discord how just impactful that was when she was like, "We've been waiting for you," you know? And like, yeah, that was a big deal. I mean, Diana, she like I don't know, that was something special that she is a
That was
time
lovely.
walker and got to make that impression on that piece of time and then to kind of come into her like destiny, you know, almost in the future was just
Yeah.
super cool. So cool. Oh, and the speaking of the bedroom that Matthew had
Had
designed
built. Oh,
in their house, like before he even knew Diana, he just like
like,
and then
yep,
it fit her so perfectly and he almost like reserved it for her. Like even though he didn't know
yeah.
her. That was
And he
just
was like,
amazing.
"Nah, this is too pretty. I'm gonna stay in another room."
It was that was good stuff. Uh Magda said, "But we did meet Jack in book 2. I was so sad at the end."
I
Oh,
know.
I was very excited that he showed back up. I mean, obviously I don't really wish he was a vampire because I don't know
Right.
that that's necessarily the ideal fate, but I mean, who am I to say? And I don't know. It was really, really cool because I know how important Diana and Matthew were to him
Mm.
and vice versa. And yeah, it was cool to see them reunited for sure.
I was sad that her daughter died.
Annie,
Yeah.
was it Annie? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sad. Jean said, I was excited when Diana went
Yes.
to Venice and represented the family on the council. I was too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did like at the end of the book that Baldwin was kind of like, you know, everybody in this family has a job, you know, and this is your job. I really think Diana's good on the council, even though she doesn't
100%.
want to do it.
That's
It's like
exactly the reason that she should be.
exactly because she's not, you're right. She's not like hungry for that power.
Mm.
Sorry for the delays. That's okay. Don't worry about it, Magda. You're
We'll
fine.
just circle around, chat about it again. We're good.
Yeah, we don't mind.
Love, love conversation.
I could imagine folding over
Yeah.
itself in the old neighborhood.
Like the
Oh.
description had me like visualizing a particular like barren waste, and then it was like flickering and just applied the plaster over the top of it. I was like,
Mhm.
this is so cool.
Yeah. In my mind, there was almost like they were kind of like in these ruins or whatever. And then there was like this invisible wall. And like through that wall, you could see kind of like how things
Were.
had been. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That was super cool. Um, yeah. Oh, somebody else joined us. Oh, so Fernando,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I was like off and on like suspicious of him. But I
I
think
don't know
he's
why,
just
but I never
genuinely a cool
was.
dude.
Yeah.
Huh?
I never was suspicious of him.
Yeah.
I was
I
too round up in it being Gallagher.
what?
I was too round up in it being Gallagher.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, he just seemed really cool.
He was cool. He was kind of like a peacekeeper. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and he was just so quick to pledge his allegiance. But I think he didn't have like he doesn't really have any other like purpose. And that gave him purpose to serve
Yeah.
that family. Like not to serve
And
them,
he
but
wanted
like
to.
to ally himself
Yeah.
with them.
And
Yeah.
was it him that was like, the last time I kneeled, it wasn't my choice, so now I'm choosing to kneel?
Oh, man,
I think that was
did
him.
I miss that? Gosh. Or I
It was
just
him or someone
it
else.
didn't
Okay,
sink in.
please remind us
Yeah,
if I've
if
got
it
it wrong.
wasn't Fernando.
But I thought it was
Um,
him because he was like, the last time I kneeled, I didn't have a choice. And then now I'm kneeling because it is my choice and I want to be a part.
So this
100% I would as well.
100%.
Give me a Sarah and M book.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of,
Oh,
the lady that they talked about M being so happy with at the end of the book, Agatha, is that
yeah.
Nathaniel's mom? Agatha Wilson? Or not Wilson, is it Wilson?
I'm not sure.
Is that Nathaniel the demon's mom?
Maybe.
I don't know. I felt like it might have
I
been.
I can't remember.
Bailey says, "Okay, I have to go, but good discussion. I'm glad y'all are having fun." Thank you for being here, Bailey. Um, Mag just says it was him.
Thank you. Like I loved that.
Oh, that got on down on one knee or down on,
Yeah.
yeah. Took a knee. Took a knee.
She is the mother of Nathaniel. Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the book, they were like on some beach vacation together, like,
I know.
yeah, and because they were talking about, oh, it's so good to
They're in
see, so
Australia.
so good to see M happy again.
Wait,
Yeah.
were they in Australia? I think they were in Australia.
Hmm. I don't remember that part, but
Let's see if I can.
I'm
No.
reading back over our comments.
Um, oh! Apparently they actually they become partners. I didn't think that was. I thought they were just going to travel together. I didn't
Oh,
think
M
they
and
would.
Agatha?
Sarah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Sarah, not M. Okay.
but yeah. Huh.
Jean says Sarah and M book would be so good. Witches in the 70s, 80s. Yes, I agree with that. I swear Emily had cancer in the first book, but I'm misremembering. Yeah,
I
I think
thought so
we never
too.
could confirm that. Jean says they were in Australia,
Hey.
and Mag says yes.
Yes. Haha.
See,
Look at me go. Remembering
see,
shit.
same, same. Um. Oh, yeah, what about that reveal? I actually did not see that coming when they, um, revealed that Father Hubbard was actually kin to Matthew, that like, Benjamin was Father Hubbard's sire, right?
Yes.
I didn't
Mm.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Can you hear me?
I didn't like Hubble. He
Andrew
just
Hubbard?
irritated me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
I typed in the Discord, "Have I mentioned I think Benjamin is a horrible monster, and I think someone needs to chop his head off?" That's
I
how I was
mean,
that's how I
not
was feeling.
wrong.
That's how
When
I
was
was
that?
That was chapters 16 through 18.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Only
think
when he
that was
got
after
over
I heard, like, what he, basically forced
it.
Jack to do.
Yeah, and also, him and Philippe, like,
Oh, that he was actually the torturer? Yeah.
like what?
Yeah.
And then Isabel finding out about that and being like, "Sorry, what, bitch?"
I
She
know.
was furious, and understandably, but oh my god, I
Yeah.
was just like, "This guy is psychotic."
Very cool. Agatha and
Yeah,
Sarah a dynamic duo.
yeah,
Is that right? Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
It was confusing because I think Nathaniel and Sophie Was that his wife's name?
Yes.
They were they both demons, and then the baby then Margaret wound up being a
I
witch?
thought
How
she
did
was
that
a
work?
witch.
Something like that. Or was
I
Sophie
thought
oh, Sophie was a witch?
Sophie's a witch and
Okay,
Nathaniel was a demon,
okay.
which is why they're not meant to do the things. Oh, wait, no. I'm so confused. Hold up, hold up, hold up. She's born to two. Oh, Sophie was born to two witches, but was born a demon.
Oh,
So that's how they had a witch daughter,
gotcha.
even though they were both, because she was like half witch, half demon. Or not half witch, half demon, but you know what I mean.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
I just realized. Okay, so whenever they track down TJ Weston,
mm,
the demon from
yeah.
the Bodleian, like originally, he said, "Oh yeah, my grandfather is part of that book, and like, will you make sure that his name is remembered?" That
Mm,
wasn't something I felt like she ever came back around to either.
no, I don't think so. Um, yeah, I unless it was like TJ Weston was the name.
I don't know because I thought that I think his name was Timothy. I thought he didn't like I thought he didn't know his grandfather's name or something like that. It's weird. It's like once you find out
Yeah,
his name, will you make sure that he's remembered?
yeah. Um,
Oh, sorry, what did Jean say? I didn't see it coming either about Hubbard, but I loved the true father scene. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Dad, coming, Dad.
Yeah.
So
I'm so impressed with Paige's ability to look things up. She is amazing.
I do what I can.
Jean says Sophie was a demon too.
Yeah,
She was answering our
two.
question right here. Two demons created a witch. Janet.
Brilliant. I loved her
Oh,
so much.
oh, yeah. Because like in the council, like she appeared old, or like she disguised herself to appear old, and then
Mm.
I mean, which she is old, but she hasn't aged. And yeah, I thought that was super cool that somebody who had been on the congregation like was a what do you call it? Like a crossover species or something like
Hybrid.
hybrid. Yeah. Yes. Uh Jean says she should have mentioned the grandfather's name
Yes.
at a future time. I agree. Oh, Stacy, we're so glad you're here. Tell us
Hi.
tell us what you thought of the book overall, and tell us your favorite part, and yeah, just anything else that stood out to you that you would like to discuss, because we're like having to go back to the Discord and like remind ourselves of certain things because there was just so much
Mm.
in this book. There's just so much. Oh, I take it back. I did not comment on chapters 31 through 33.
That's okay. We was getting it. We was going.
Oh man.
I loved Mart. I wish there was more Mart. I always want
I
more Mart.
I really do. She is a favorite character of mine too. Yeah, she's just very solid and steady and dependable, and yeah,
Just brilliant.
I appreciate her a lot. Uh,
And her bonding with the witch over their love of knitting, and like at the
oh
very
yeah,
end they were like,
yeah.
we'll just look after them because they need to have one witch and one
Oh, I know. They had that
and
all figured out to just really work for them and their
yeah,
babysitting duties. Best of the series, agreed. Paige still likes the first book, which we respect.
it's like
Um,
a one, a three,
it's
a two.
just yeah. Um, her favorite character was Isabeau.
Yeah.
She was fierce.
She
Yes.
was brilliant.
Yes. Love her.
Oh.
Love her. I was glad that she tagged along, to the whole, like, rescue
Yes,
Matthew mission,
because
and I
she
did. Oh,
stayed
sorry, go
in
ahead.
the background a lot,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and then she
and
just
when her and Baldwin and, oh, Marcus, like, they
mm,
teamed up and they took down that one, crony of
yeah.
Benjamin's, like, within 45 seconds or whatever,
Oh,
that
her
was
describing him losing his eyeballs. I was
I
like,
guess
oh,
I guess Mar
okay.
I guess Marcus shot them out or something?
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, well, this is a little bit intense for, you know, 10 past midnight. Sure.
Uh,
I was just trying to work on my jigsaw puzzle, and then, hello. I did not get far through my jigsaw puzzle.
uh, yeah. I really feel like, man,
Um,
where's Zoe? She finished. She typed in the last chapters. She finished it on July 29th. Mhm.
Amazing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to bounce soon.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I really feel like we've touched on everything. I've made it
Yeah,
all the way through the Discord. Was there anything else that anybody who is watching right now wants to talk about before we have to hop off?
I can just hear my mum talking to someone in the background, and I think
Oh.
it's organizing.
So this month, I
Hmm.
think this month is August, and so this is a Mortal Instruments month, technically.
Yes, City of Fallen Angels.
Okay.
The fourth one
And
is
do we have sprints and discussion lined up for that yet?
I'm for this month. I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't have anything written. I might be on my channel. I cannot remember. Oh no, I think that it was on my channel last month, so it must be on Amy's.
We'll have to touch base with Amy. And then
Yeah.
next month in September, we will read the fourth and final book of the All Souls. It's
Yes.
I keep wanting to say All Souls trilogy, but it's not technically a trilogy, I guess. The All
It,
Souls series.
yeah. So she describes the discovery of witches arc as the trilogy, and then
Okay.
that is part of the wider All Souls series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
So
know.
you can stop here. Like you don't have to read Times Convent. Convert.
I know. I keep wanting to say convent too.
It's witches. Um, no, it's not because it's going to be focusing on Marcus, so it's more vampires than witches. But anyway, um, yeah. So we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, for
And
sure. Thank you guys so much for being here. And oh, Stacy said something. Stacy said, I will be going back to watch this discussion to see what you all thought about the book. I will not, you're not going to read Times Convert. Okay, that's okay. That's all right. Magda says, nope, all good here. Thanks for hosting. Thanks for being here, Magda.
thanks for joining us.
And Jean. And Jean, Magda and Jean were, oh, and Bailey was here, but we already said bye to Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, I hope you have a great weekend and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.